Hey everyone, welcome to day 30 million of 30 days of trusting you. I can't believe we're here. Hopefully, we get a good connection here. Um, I'm in Santa Fe, and you just never know, right? But looks like we are live. And welcome, replay viewers. We're going live a little bit earlier than normal. So if you're watching the replay, welcome. And I am excited to share with you a process where we get to invoke trust. And this is something that came from my improv days. Don't panic. But it's a really powerful connecting and well, you'll find out. So say hello when you join. Just curious to know who's here and post in the comments. So it is day 30 of trusting you and day 2 of Coffee Mate. Yum, creamy. So we have gone a long way with a lot of different tools and practices and topics. So I encourage you to go back. I also encourage you to receive all that you've received and not make it a problem or beat yourself up if you miss some classes. That's not necessary, and it absolutely does not create a relationship with yourself that matches the relationship you're probably asking for with your beloved. So just notice how you do things, because this is kind of what I love as the side awarenesses, side benefits of anything that we do, is just noticing how we function. And I've said that many times. And with when we're talking about trusting ourselves, it's little subtle things that can erode our trust with ourselves. And the more we're aware of that, how we, beat ourselves up or don't trust ourselves or cut ourselves off or stop ourselves when it's not really congruent with what it is we're truly desiring in our life, then we can make a choice for something else. Yay! Sonia's here. Awesome. So, so today we get to kind of bring it all together in a way, and I call it invoking the trust in you. And this is a 4-part experience, and we'll start with connecting with our imagination around this. So I'm going to explain all 4 of the parts, and then we'll go into a deeper process with this. So the first piece, well, actually, there's a little step before we go into the 4 parts. The first part is to just bring up the energy of trusting yourself. Just be aware of that. Like, what is that sense of the energy of trusting yourself? And this doesn't have to have form or structure or anything to it. It's just that instant, like, perceiving of the energy of trusting yourself. So that as soon as I say that, likely you have that sense in your awareness, and anything that doesn't allow you to be, know, perceive, or receive that, will you destroy and uncreate that? Yes or no? Flush. And so bringing up that energy of trusting you is the first pre-step. And then as we go through this meditation, the first part of it is what we call I see. So the I see is when your imagination just does put this energy into some kinds of images or qualities that you notice about it. And so in the IC, you may, like, as soon as I brought up the essence of trusting myself, I got like a sense of lightness and space. And then as soon as I kind of connected with IC, I saw a butterfly. So then I would play with that in the IC. So we'll be with the IC for a little while. And as we go through that aspect of the meditation, you'll just keep repeating that. I see wings. I see blue dots. I see antenna. And just like, I'm going to play with whatever it is, I got a butterfly. You could get something else. You could even get something that's sort of like a blob or something that doesn't really have a name for it. So be aware that you can't do it wrong or more right. Just trust what happens. You may even not really see anything and just have sort of like space, transparency or whatever. So do your best playing with it. The next step of this goes from I see to you are. So the you are is kind of describing what that kind of relationship is. Like, you are, my closest friend. So when you're describing it, it's like this essence of trusting you are, and just describing as best you can whatever comes after you are. So if you think of that or sense that like a relationship, you are there for me, you are to do, or whatever comes through. And then we move to the next level, which is thou art. So the thou art part, and I'll cue you on this, the thou art part is then when you kind of raise it up and you make it just for fun, like it's a god in a way. It's like you sense it as more of the divinity, the bigger magic of it, sort of the superpower of it. Hey, Louisa, awesome. So I'm going to repeat all of this anyway as we go through this process, but I'm explaining where we're going. So the thou art is that divinity, that, great, that godlike, the godlike qualities. So for my example, as soon as I go to thou art, thou art, protecting me, thou art always there for me, just like something like that. And then we get to go to the final space, which is the I am. And the I am is when whatever that energy is that has come up around trusting yourself. So just sort of the essence of that. And it doesn't have to have form at this point either. It's just like you become it, and you become that energy, and you just, begin to experience it. And I'm not going to overtalk this one. You're just going to have the sense when you do become the energy of trusting yourself, you're going to have whatever words come out related to that. And if you can, in this experience of invoking the trust within you that we're doing today, even be in a space where you can actually say these things out loud, awesome, do that. The other thing you could do is you could do this process in your head if you want and follow along with me. You could go back and do the whole thing again and do it as a journaling exercise. So I really encourage you to play with this as a way of actually igniting it within yourself. So ultimately, this 30 days is designed to give you practices to continue to come back to yourself, practices to connect to your body and trust your body, practices to connect to trusting life in the universe and knowing that things are always working out for you, and really getting into a new reality with what it means to actually have trust in yourself, which is profoundly life-changing when you can actually expand into more of this. So today, let's begin. So getting comfortable in your seat and just arriving here, and just arriving by bringing your attention to your breath. And as you notice your breath, noticing it moving in and out of your body, on the next breath, following your breath as you move inward. And as you arrive in the inner landscape of your being, your imagination is going to just give you the essence of trusting yourself. Just like that. And you may have a sense of this essence in the sensations that are arising in your body. You may even have a sense of the color or the quality of it. But knowing that when you're sensing and knowing and perceiving that this is an instant process, this doesn't take any thinking. So being aware of the essence of trusting yourself, even if it seems super subtle, or even if it shows up in a weird way, just allowing yourself to receive, perceive, and know that right now. So as you have that, we begin the process of invocation. The invocation of trust that makes a demand, that makes a declaration out loud in your body, in your being, in your universe, that says, I am having this. I am having trust with myself. So the first step to this is in acknowledging the I see. And for those of you who don't necessarily have images in your being, know that the I see is sometimes sensed. So you may even have a knowingness or a sense about what you're seeing. So as you speak to I see out loud or in your head, or maybe writing in a journal, what do you see about the essence of trusting you? An image may just pop. You may have a sense of color or quality. As you bring your awareness to it, keep repeating, I see. I see. And whatever follows, I see. Receive it, allow it. Noticing the details, noticing as you zoom in on it, noticing more about it. How much space does it take up? Is it flat? Is it thick? Does it have a texture? Does it move? Is the edge different than the center? Does it even have an edge? Noticing, I see, I see, I see, as you call in the essence of trusting you. Noticing that. If you're joining late, that's okay. Just begin to tune into the essence of trusting you and naming what you see. Now, as you have this awareness of what the essence of trust looks like, the qualities of it, you begin to move to the next level of invoking the trust within, making that declaration for you, your body, and your being to have that trust with you by acknowledging the you are. So as you are sensing the essence of trust, without getting in your head about this, just following that you are, noticing the you are, which is like the relationship to it. It's like how you're creating with trusting yourself. You are. You are on my team. You are always with me. You are the one I ask if I should go on a second date. Just begin to name the you are statements that arise. You are. Noticing all that arises. You are. Challenge yourself to go to another one. You are. Challenge yourself to not need to know what's going to come out after you say, you are. You are. You can't do this wrong. Just notice what arises. And then moving as you bring with you the essence of trusting yourself from the I see and the you are, bringing all of that with you as you imagine and sense this essence of trusting yourself rising up as if it's becoming this bigger, like God or goddess or being, or like it becomes the universe. The essence of trusting yourself becomes this grandiose superpower. And as you're aware of this, you begin to speak to thou art. Thou art. Wherever I am, thou art all knowing. Thou art. What is it that comes through you right now, just as you speak, thou art, thou art? Playing, this is about playing. Do not cancel any need to go into your head or overthink this. Just be in the space. Thou art, thou art. There may not be a ton of words. You may have more of the energetic expression of thou art. Receive and allow, receive and allow. Let it surround you. Let it Let it change you. Thou art. And now, as you've gone through these 3 levels and you're aware of this essence of trusting you in how you sense it, how you see it, how you relate to it, and how you honor it with this thou art, this reverence to it. In all of that, sensing even more, if you don't already, sensing what it's like to merge with it, commune with it, merge with it, become it, move into it. If you sense the image of it, move into it and become it as best you can, just sensing and perceiving, becoming it. Maybe it moves into your body, maybe you step into it, maybe you're already in it. Whatever's happening for you, allow it, receive it. And as you become it, you get to speak to it. You get to speak to, I am. I am. What are you aware of now? I am. As you are now embodying, trusting yourself wholly, completely, every cell of your being is receiving it, waking up to it, remembering it. With each breath, it deepens and expands. And as you're inspired to keep repeating, I am, even noticing what words want to come out, and it may just be I am and I am. As you say I am, you become it. With each breath, deepening, giving yourself to it, melting into it. Melting into it. You may even feel like your body is floating or moving. No resistance, just allowing. Let yourself have this. And as you're here in all this, you begin to sense and perceive what's available for you as a result of this. And this is nothing you have to figure out or think your way through. Just being aware of what is available. You may even notice a next step emerging for you. What is a choice that is arising right now that if you were to make it would move you towards what it is you're asking to create? What is that choice for you? Can't do it wrong or more right. Just be aware. Just be aware. Awareness and choice, awareness and choice. Perceiving the future you are creating right now. Even if you don't know specifics, which most of this you probably won't. This is really about just noticing the energy. Isn't anything your mind can do. This is perceiving the space and consciousness that is your future and saying yes to that. You can say yes out loud, giving your body that experience of yes, yes, yes. Breathing it in, relaxing. Thank you, everyone, for being here and being a part of this experience. Yay. Okay, if you came in late, go back and listen. If you're in the process right now, keep going. If you are inspired, know that I'm here for you, and I'll be connecting with most of you really soon. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you. We'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.